Good morning, Illini. It's Friday, October 12th, and we are celebrating Homecoming weekend.
We have plenty on the show planned for you today. We're celebrating homecoming.
We welcome Miss Illinois to the show.
And we show you how to make some tailgating snacks.
Then we meet someone new on Who Am I?
Let's get started, and
Good morning, Illini!
Good morning, Illini. I'm Madeline Foster.
And I'm Rebecca Wood.
And to get things started, we are talking about homecoming this morning.
That's right, Madeline. There are a ton of festivities around campus today.
Yes, I'm so excited. What are your big homecoming plans this weekend? What are you looking forward to?
Okay, I'm actually leaving. I'm not going to be on campus.
Oh my gosh, where are you headed?
St. Louis.
Really?
Actually.
I'm going to St. Louis this weekend. Why are you going? Wait, why are you going to St. Louis?
What the heck?
That's not home. Okay, we're failing at homecoming.
That's weird because you actually live there, right?
Yeah, I do.
So it's like an actual homecoming for you.
Yes, like actually going home. But honestly, like I'm sad. Like last year, homecoming, my favorite thing was definitely going to the homecoming game.
I was going to say, I love like the spirit on campus and whatnot.
Yeah,
so like it's really upsetting
so
that we're not going to be here.
I agree.
I know, but we have plenty on the show for you today. So we'd like to kick off homecoming with our daily chat segment. So the first story we're going to be talking about is the teachers union votes to strike October 23rd. So that's the scheduled date that they're going to negotiate this strike. Apparently they haven't had a contract for quite some time now. So we definitely saw strike last year. There was definitely a lack of breakthrough with administration. So it's going to be interesting to see how the Champaign-Urbana campus kind of handles a strike, you know?
Yeah, for sure. If it's anything like the, GEO strike last year, maybe they'll have some luck. You never know. But our second story is about the 40 Under 40 award. So Chris Harlan is this year's recipient, and he actually got his MBA from the university. So he's now in the financial services industry, and after like 15 years of really working his way up, working with lawns, working with that kind of thing. So he's really kind of a self-made man, which is I think what's being celebrated here with this really prestigious award.
Yeah, I think it's really awesome to honor someone from our campus.
Exactly.
Such a cool story.
Yeah, especially during homecoming, talking about alumni. So big congratulations to him.
So our third story then is, this has been getting a lot of coverage, but the campus is offering this semester a Trumpaganda course. This is offered by one of our professors here. She actually specializes in propaganda. That's her specialization within media, within journalism. She's taking it to the political world, kind of trying to examine war on facts, press, and democracy in this world of Donald Trump.
Yeah, it's I think a lot of students are really super excited about it. It's definitely a new angle, definitely a new topic to explore, and kind of this interesting time that we are living in.
Exactly,
for sure.
I think it's like super relevant, so it's going to be awesome for people. Well, that's it for the Daily Chat.
Thank you to our friends at the Daily Illini. For more on these stories and others, you can go to www.dailyillini.com.
Did you know that GMI's very own Maddie Rice's mom makes the outfits Alma Mater wears?
Really? Oh my gosh, yeah, apparently she's called Alma's fashionista and creates different outfits for different events on campus. That is just like, look at her, oh my gosh, she's so cute. I had no idea. I always see the Alma outfits, and now it's like, I feel like I know a celebrity.
Isn't that insane?
You know?
I found that out like just this week. That's actually incredible. I love that. I always tell people, I always get the pictures, you know, like on the Snapchat story. She wears the cutest stuff. That's so fun. I love the homecoming outfit too. So awesome. Gosh.
Wow, love that. Well, I need to be as fashionable as her. For sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe we'll get her to make our outfits.
Okay, yeah.
Well, the Alma Mater won't be the only thing celebrating homecoming this weekend.
GMI's very own Isabella Perez went out to show us something that is also getting us into the spirit.
This Sunday morning, people were asked to wear orange and blue for the kickoff of Homecoming Week. And even this fountain was dressed for the occasion. Some felt like this was a great way to show school spirit. Meet Ria, a grad student from India. These were her first impressions about the start of the celebration.
They really put in a lot of effort to make sure everything hails orange and blue. like the candies to the pancakes to the blueberries and everything. Like even the fruit collection was like orange and blue, themed on that, with the fountain at the back being dyed orange.
Can't take my eyes off of you.
Every student, alumni, and faculty was invited to attend this event.
Try to get this line moving again, get people happy.
Despite the long lines for pancakes, the unique serving style of this young man made many smile.
How many pancakes would you like today?
This is a technique that has taken him a lot of practice. Joined by their families, some old students were excited to be back in campus. Homecoming will be until next Sunday, October 14.
I'm looking forward to the rest of the homecoming week.
In Urbana, Isabela Perez.
Welcome back. We have a special guest in the studio. I am joined with Miss Illinois, Grace Kachaturian.
Of a $3,000 scholarship is Miss Northern Suburbs, Isabel Hanson. That means the new Miss Illinois is Miss Capital City, Grace Kachaturian.
So I am here with Grace Kachaturian, Miss Illinois. Welcome. Thank you so much for coming in today.
I'm so excited to be here.
So can you tell me a little bit about your whole process and your whole experience with becoming Miss Illinois?
Yes, so it is a very long and exhausting process, but a very rewarding process. So when I competed at Miss Illinois, it's a scholarship organization. So of course you have to kind of keep school first, which is difficult when you're also trying to prepare for the swimsuit competition, the interview process, the onstage question, the evening gown portion. And it's all just a lot of preparation in a lot of different aspects of your life, but it's overall preparing you to be the best version of yourself.
I love that. That's so incredible. So what are some of like your roles now as Miss Illinois that you have to fulfill?
So throughout the year, I'll have the opportunity to promote my personal social impact initiative, which is something that I want to advocate for throughout my year, and that's mental health education for our youth. And so that'll be my priority throughout the year, to be able to speak to civic groups, schools, wherever an audience will allow me to speak on that topic, as well as just every individual recognizing that they have a significant purpose. So talking about purpose and identity.
Wow.
And so because it is a service organization, they call it a year of service. So I'm so excited to use it in that way.
That's awesome. Well, congratulations on that for sure. So what made you decide to kind of get involved with pageants and competing and really start your pathway to becoming Miss Illinois?
Yeah, so this is actually something I began when I was about, 12 years old. And I began in the Miss Illinois organization through kind of like a Princess Teens in Training program, where you basically like go on stage, you practice your talent, very basic, and then I worked my way up through the system. So I've been involved since 2010.
Oh, wow.
I did the teen organization and then the Miss organization. And so that was a great opportunity for me to continue to develop my talent. 50% of your score now in the Miss America organization is talent. So being able to practice your talent on so many different stages at so many different levels of competition, and going to Miss America kind of was the climax of it all.
Yeah, absolutely. So what was your talent, I have to ask?
Yes, I was a lyrical dancer to Josh Groban's You Raise Me Up.
Oh my gosh, that's incredible. So how did you feel whenever you found out you were Miss Illinois and you were going to compete in Miss America?
I think the video does it most justice, because that was a moment that, one, was shocking, like completely a shock to me.
Yeah.
But one of my lifelong friends is Erica Harold, and so to hear her announce my name was just, it was surreal as it was, but then to have her kind of compliment the moment was just incredible. And I knew in that moment that this was a time that I could really be a catalyst of change, and I hope to continue that throughout the year.
That's so exciting. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Grace. So it was great meeting you, but we're going to send it back over to Rebecca. Rebecca?
Speaking of GMI's Maddie Rice, she and Sammy St. Ledger went around the quad to ask students about homecoming on this week's edition of I Have a Question.
Good morning,
do I move?
I'm Maddie Rice. And I'm Sammy St. Ledger. And this week is homecoming. We are at the Illini Union trying to get our Illini in the school spirit and see what they know about the game, homecoming week, and everything going on campus. Let's take it away. Go Illini! What week is it?
What do you mean, what week is it?
What week is it? What week is it?
Homecoming week.
It's homecoming week! All right, so what are you doing for homecoming week?
I'm going to the game on Saturday.
Yeah, I'm probably going to go to the football game. Probably going to go to the parade too. You know, hanging around, having a good time.
All right, and do you know who we're playing?
Perdone.
Perdone. That's awesome. Hey, I like your outfit. Oh, are you excited for the football game? Do you know who's our coach?
He's the one that was like the coach of the Bears. Yeah.
Lovey Smith. Good old Lovey Smith.
Any idea when the last time we won the national championship was?
Probably a long time ago.
Yeah. Any guesses for the year?
1990.
Oh, if you drop 40.
Is it 80s? 70s? 60s?
You got this, Lovey. We're gonna win this Saturday. Let's bring it home.
Let's do it. Okay, I-O-O.
I and I.
Yes.
It's gonna be a blast, so let's just go there, put it all on the floor, and if all else fails, it's gonna be a great weekend.
Well, best of luck to Lovey and the players, and
Good morning, Illini.
Maddie and Sammy may have been asking the hard-pressing questions, but here's Andrea Flores with the hard-pressing news.
Good morning, Illini. I'm Andrea Flores, your UI7 News correspondent with your campus and Champaign-Urbana news. Let's take a look at what's happened this week and what's going on across campus. Election Day is only 24 days away, and just this morning, Champaign County Clerk Gordy Holton publicly tested the election equipment. These routine tests, filled-in ballots, are fed into the tabulators to ensure votes are read properly. In a Facebook Live video, Holton showed how the equipment works. Early voting started in Champaign County this month, and you can vote at the Champaign County Clerk office now through Election Day. Early voting on campus starts on the 25th. And on the same day as the garden dedication for missing Chinese scholar Ying Zhang, her alleged abductor and murderer appeared in court. Brent Christensen's defense was granted an extension yesterday, but the judge does not plan to delay the April 2019 trial. Christensen's lawyers are looking for a third expert to make a mental health defense case. Their original deadline was September 21st, but now they have until December 3rd. There is no current information on what kind of experts the defense already has lined up. A mile and a half away at the corner of Goodwin and Clark, near where Zhang disappeared on June 9th last year, a dedication ceremony was held for the 26-year-old. She is presumed dead by the FBI. The Memorial Garden is a collaboration between the Chinese Student Scholar Association and the Champaign County Master Gardeners. The garden's main feature is a bench at the end of a path and a weeping cherry tree in memory of Ying Zhang. More construction is coming to campus, this time at the main and undergraduate library. $54 million will go to the library's updates, and it will change the way undergrads study on campus. Students will no longer go to the UGL to study, since it will be replaced by university archives and special collections. The modernized main library will have a new research hub, lecture rooms, and collaboration spaces. The undergrads will get their own section at the main library. But if you love Club UGL, don't worry. Construction will not be complete until 2024. Across campus, a university student is facing charges for burning a friend after setting fire to alcohol. The incident happened at the Kappa Delta Rho fraternity house on September 27th. Eric Beadle was allegedly studying mixology and setting fire to shots of alcohol when a flame erupted. Beadle reflexively threw the bottle, and it struck the victim's lap. He is currently recovering with family. Beadle is expected to be charged with reckless conduct, a Class 4 felony offense, on the 25th in court. He will also be dropped from his fraternity if charged. Looking ahead to homecoming weekend, the football team released sophomore Bennett Williams just days before their homecoming game against Purdue University. The defensive back missed the first 3 games this season and was dismissed for violating team rules. Last year, he was named an ESPN.com Freshman All-American, and he is the first freshman starter in 37 years. As for the game this weekend, the team is coming off a Big Ten win last weekend against Rutgers University. Purdue opened up as favorites this season, but the Fighting Illini are hoping to take their first back-to-back Big Ten win in 4 years. The game is tomorrow at 2:30, and as always, student tickets are just $10. That's all for today's UI7 News Recap. Let's check in with Malik outside. He's got this weekend's weather, and apparently there's some barbecue in the forecast. Malik?
Hey Illini, what's happening? Or should I say, what's cooking? Yep, in typical Illini homecoming fashion, we here at the GMI studios are going to do some grilling. And luckily enough, the rest of the GMI crew trusts me enough to do the cooking. So here pretty soon I'm going to fire up the grill. We're going to have brats, hot dogs, hamburgers. You know, the degree of quality might vary, but, you know, in the famous words of Hank Hill from King of the Hill, you know, if anybody wants anything better than medium rare, we'll ask them politely yet firmly to leave. So, yeah, it looks like it's going to be kind of a dreary start to the homecoming weekend, but let's see how the rest of your weekend's going to look with the weather update. So it appears like today is going to be kind of chilly, you know, a little bit cloudy. There's a chance of rain kind of going through the rest of the day. I heard a rumor that there's a slight chance of snow. I don't know if I buy into it. I mean, snow in October, heck, it was, you know, 80 degrees last week, so I don't see that happening. But going into tomorrow, looks like it's going to be, you know, pretty cloudy, you know, still like layering off in the 50s, low in the 40s. Going into the next day, pretty much the same. It's going to be a cold weekend, okay? Either way, you're going to be huddled up next to the grills, huddled up to your favorite Illini friends and all that. But we're going to toss it over to Chris to see what he's doing out here.
Good morning, Illini, and as you heard, it's about as cold as Malik's jokes out here. But switching gears, we are joined by a member of Homecoming royalty, Mr. Brett Cohn. Brett, how are you this morning?
I'm doing great. You know, the cold weather can't keep my Illini spirit down.
And what does it mean to you to be nominated as a part of Homecoming Court?
Yeah, I love Illinois so much, so to be here as one of the 20 senior students representing the university on Homecoming Court is amazing. I'm so excited to greet the alumni this weekend and show them what our campus is all about nowadays.
And what are you most excited about, you know, looking forward to the weekend?
Yeah, I'm most excited for our homecoming parade. I attended it every year with my friends, so I'm really excited to be in one of the golf carts this year, you know, hitting my princess wave, throwing out some candy to fans and family.
Well, you heard it from Brett. You know, he's super excited, and we're all super excited. And with that, I'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
Coming up after the break,
we have some special guests in the studio.
And then GMI's Taylor Mattingly will show us how to make some good tailgating snacks.
I'm excited.
Yes, we will be right back.
Testing. Why did the girl ask the mushroom to dance? Because he was a fun guy.
Sure, I look cute now, but when my owner lost his job, it was rough. I was living on the street, and one night, me and this Cocker Spaniel got into it so bad, I wound up looking like an ice cream cone. I cried a little bit, but thankfully I got rescued, so I'm running, I'm jumping, all back to my old self, and I'm ready to give unconditional love, even if you put a lampshade on my head.
It's not my first time bartending, so.
It's a sausage party in here.
It's fun. I'm very familiar.
Yeah, because you're a sexy girl, Sam. Last thing,
Yeah.
is that the music, when Momo kicks it into high gear, is going to get a little bit loud in here. So your customers are going to have a hard time hearing you. So you may want to.
What?
Welcome back to our special hour-long edition of Good Morning Illini.
And as we all know, homecoming is one of the top weekends this year at U of I. But is it the greatest weekend of the year? Let's see what Addie and Erica think in this week's Power Rankings.
Well, so like we said, homecoming is an amazing weekend of the year, but there kind of are some discrepancies as to if it's the best weekend of the year. So Erica and I kind of put together a little bit of a power ranking list. So Erica, tell me your list of the best weekends of the year in your opinion, and then I'll share mine, and then we can kind of duke it out to see who's right.
Well, I think we both agree that homecoming is the best weekend. I think anybody else would agree as well. Fight us on that. And then for me, number 2 is Mom's Weekend, and then 3, Dad's Weekend. Following that is graduation and then unofficial.
Gotcha. Okay, so here are my favorites. I kind of agreed with you on homecoming. So number 5, though, I'm going to start with that. Graduation weekend. I'm a senior. I'm not super psyched about graduation weekend at the very moment. So we're just going to hold off on that one being my favorite. I guess I could change my mind. Number 4, unofficial weekend. This is for one reason and one reason only. At my chef serves green grilled cheese and green tater tots. So that is why unofficial is one above graduation. Number 3 is mom's weekend. I love spending time with my mom, but dad's weekend goes one step above mom's weekend because of the football game, so that's always fun. And then, of course, number 1, homecoming. I absolutely love having all of my family and friends coming in town. A lot of my family went to U of I, so it's definitely like a homecoming for both friends and family. So what are you thinking?
I think for me, it definitely is, I don't know, I say mom's weekend first because dad's weekend the past couple years, I have had things going on. I was in Chicago last year on Saturday of homecoming, so I missed the game. My poor dad was sitting in his hotel room watching the football game by himself.
Gotcha.
Mom's weekend, we always do a bunch of fun stuff, and then I think graduation's a really good time just because everyone's in their graduation caps and gowns, and everyone's at cams and, popping bottles of champagne on the quad.
Celebrating a long 4 years, but so worth it.
Definitely.
Well, thanks, Erica. We definitely can agree that homecoming is awesome. We'll send it back to you guys.
Thank you guys.
Think?
Such a great list.
I know, but do you agree with it? Like, what's your favorite weekend on campus?
I mean, I guess we got to say homecoming is obviously up there. It's a shame that we're both not going to be here.
I know, but that's what homecoming is about. It's about your home. It's about your
you can pick
family.
between mom and dad's weekend.
I know.
Are your parents watching right now?
No, I feel like my mom and dad would definitely duke it out over this. I'm not going to pick favorites. So clearly it's up for debate if homecoming is the best weekend of the year at Illinois, but there's no shortage of jokes about it, as Charlotte Elfenbaum shows us in this week's edition of Charlotte's Take.
Illini friends, I am back and ready to celebrate one of Illinois' most notable weekends. Yes, that's right. This weekend on Saturday, the Union is having a jam session from 2 to 5 p.m. I can't wait to go and find out what that means. Maybe I will finally be able to perfect my slam poetry targeted towards all of the men with a solid jam sesh. Oh yeah, that's right. And it's also homecoming weekend. Homecoming weekend! I cannot wait for the moms to break it down on the table at the Red Lion.
I know this one.
Oh, no, Mom.
I know this one.
No.
Whether they're breaking it down or breaking a knee. Either way, I'm gonna be having a great time watching. Give me an I. Give me an L. Give me an L. What does that spell? Ill, which is what a lot of 30-year-olds are going to be this weekend. Ill like sick and cool and studly because they're trying to prove that they still got it.
What a woman! You're doing so well. I'm so hot.
And if they're in their 30s and Jewish, please send them a link to this video and let them know that I am single and taking applications. Here's a little info about me. I went to a school in the city of Chicago where homecoming was not a big deal at all. We did not have a football team or cheerleaders or any amount of fun. No, I wore jeans to my homecoming, people. That is my reference to what a homecoming is. A dance where people are nasty out on the floor while police officers stand in the back, and then I told David that I liked him and he told me he liked my best friend. Now that's homecoming. This is such a big event. Then I have 8 people from my sorority that graduated last year all coming to sleep on my couch this weekend. This is only a big deal because they are all incredibly bougie, and the idea of them sharing anything is more shocking than us actually winning the homecoming game. Homecoming is the push we all need to continue on with midterms and papers, and also a perfect distraction to avoid doing a lot of other things, like calling back my mom or paying my rent.
Can't hear my bills over the sweet, sweet sound of the marching Illini doing their thing. Let's take this weekend to really celebrate homecoming and forget all of the horrible things that are happening in America. Buy that U of I sweater from the bookstore that is a full day's wage, and go to Taco Bell because, yeah, Taco Bell is good. Duh.
I'm so happy you're here. I am too, honey.
This has been Charlotte's Take. Good morning, Illini. Hail to the orange, hail to the blue.
Well, Charlotte might be really funny, but the game we're about to hear about was anything but a joke. And we're joined by GMI contributor Maddie Rice. And Maddie, you checked out this Marching Illini's trumpet trombone game last weekend, right?
Absolutely. This is a very serious deal. This is no joke. They take it very seriously. They practiced, which I had never really heard of practices for just a fun little game. Practices, they had jerseys, they had a fan section.
There you go.
It was insane. It was really fun.
Love that. Let's check it out.
Day by day, we get better and better. We get better and better. We can't be beat till we can't be beat. Won't be beat. Won't be beat. Who are we? Trumpets. Who are we? Trumpets. Let's get rowdy. Hoo, 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 hoo. 1, 2, 3, trumpets!
I don't exactly know how long it's been going on for, but yes, most years. Trumpets and trombones, and thankfully this year there's a lot more friendly competition than there is competition, so things always get intense, but everyone's being a good sport about it.
I'm terrible at football. I played football in like 8th grade.
I'm feeling a lot of really good energy today. This is a pretty good game. Lots of energy from both sides. Trombones, Bone Pride 1-5, doing great.
Green!
I believe it's 28-14, right? What's the score? More than 28 for the trombones. Trombones are at 14 right now.
Yeah, it was really cool because at first there was just a few people and we were like, okay, we gotta step it up for them, and then a lot more came in. So I think it's really fun because I don't know, it seems like we're really actually kind of helping them, which is it's fun.
Green, race, go.
We practiced 30 minutes to an hour after one of our rehearsals. We would just practice throwing the ball, catching the ball, defending the line. I'm feeling prepared. I'm doing much better this year than thinking back to my freshman year. So at least something's going right this year.
I don't think we're out just yet.
The past 3 years that we've had this annual game, it's been pretty much a blowout. You know, Trumpets losing, and so it's fun to have it be close.
We lost.
Love that spirit. But when those band students aren't playing football, they're playing instruments and sticking with the arts. We have Caroline Whirl, Maria Flack, and Belle Pond of 8 to Create here to talk about this weekend and their special event on campus. How are you guys doing this morning?
Good.
Good. I'm so glad that you guys are here. So can one of you just kind of tell me a little bit about what is 8 to Create?
Yeah, so 8 to Create is an organization that usually in the spring we put on a show in which 8 artists create 8 art pieces, one per each artist, and they have 8 hours to work on it. So it's really cool, and like throughout the entire day people get to come in and see like collaboratively like what is art. And this year we're having an undergrad show this Saturday, and one of the undergrads is going to be voted on and put into our show in the spring.
Oh, wow. Okay, so that was my next question. How are the artists for A to Create chosen?
Yeah, so the committee works together to choose all of the artists, and we come up with a spreadsheet of potential artists that we want for the show, and we all kind of vote on them, and we want a variety of artists, some from Champaign-Urbana, some from Chicago, or all over the U.S. if we can.
Oh my gosh, that is so cool. So are these artists students, or are they coming from the professional world as working artists? How does that work?
Typically, we look for professional artists because we want to bring outside influence into the U of I art community. But a lot of times we also look for like other professors from like nearby regional schools, and sometimes undergrad students, sometimes graduate students. It really depends.
Really cool. So how did you guys all get involved with this? How did you hear about it, and what made you want to get involved?
I saw it at Quad Day because I'm a graphic design major and I love art, and so I thought it'd be a really cool organization to join, and I love it so much. It's awesome.
Yeah, and I was a roommate freshman year, so I was like, I'll do this thing, and then I just kind of got wrapped into it, and yeah, it's a good time.
Super cool.
My roommate freshman year, she was brought into it by her sister's friend, and then she was like, well, Belle, you do art, so then you should come to this. And now it's been 3 years.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so it sounds like the roommates are really what kind of got all of you guys involved. So tell me a little bit about how the competition this weekend works with the undergrad students. What is that kind of the setup for that?
Yeah. So we are going to have, how many artists is it?
There's 11 artists.
There's 11 artists, so we're going to have 11, and you guys can vote. Like, anyone can come in throughout the entire party, and they can vote on which artist they think was the best, and that artist that was voted on is going to be put into our show as the undergrad feature in our show in the spring.
Oh, that's awesome. And then where is this held?
It's in a house in Urbana.
Okay.
Someone has kindly lent it to us to do this kind of underground gallery, which is very exciting.
Very nice.
So there will be a total of, I think, 20 artists, but only 11 that are voted on.
Well, that is so exciting. Well, I wish you guys all the best, and thank you so much for coming in this morning to tell us a little bit about how you are bringing art to our campus this homecoming. So thanks, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Back to you, Rebecca.
Thank you, guys. GMI's Clara O'Brien went to Saladmeister for this week's edition of Taste of CU.
I'm Claire O'Brien here at Saladmeister for this week's edition of Taste of CU. I'm here with Kyle, who is the manager of Saladmeister. My challenge today is to try 6 different dressings.
All right, so our first one is our Chianti Basil. It's a wine-based vinaigrette. It goes great with fruit, and it touches just right with our goat cheese. So whenever you're ready, you can take a shot at it. It's like a little dressing shot. Or a taste, either one. Rating of 1 to 10, how was that?
8.
8. Okay. All right. Well, that's hard. That's hard to beat. Well, our second one is a bacon honey mustard. It's got a tiny little bit of bacon in it, tiny little bacon pieces, but it's mainly just a hot, tangy bacon mustard. That's what we'll be doing. And that one's sure to top the charts.
7 out of 10.
7. All right. Well, the Basil's winning so far. Well, definitely gonna change your taste buds. It's gonna be our secret sauce. I can't tell you what's in it, but I know it hits the top and the back of your throat. It's got every little bit of explosion. There it is.
Yeah.
What would you say, 1 to 10?
10.
Told you. All right. Well, here we go. So our third one is going to be our roasted red pepper garlic. It's featured in our Southern Spice. That is my favorite salad, but I'll let you be the judge of that. 1 to 10.
8.
Our fourth one is going to be our sesame ginger. I'm sorry, fifth. Sesame ginger. It goes with our Asian zing, and it's got a sweet, tangy Asian taste to it. It goes great with anything. I'm afraid to ask. 1 to 10.
10.
Yep, I saw that coming. This is our wasabi cucumber. You either love it or you hate it, but I promise you, oh goodness, we'll see. Here we go. Like I said, no promises. 1 to 10.
10.
See? Like I thought, it just hits the taste bud for the right people, yeah?
Now that we're done, my favorite dressing I would have to say is the roasted red pepper garlic. What's your favorite dressing?
See, it's funny you say that. My favorite dressing would have to be the secret sauce. It's our own recipe, it's our own concoction, and we just have the love for it.
Now that I know what my favorite salad dressing is, I can't wait to make my salad. Thanks for watching, thanks for having us, and
I love a nice salad, but it is homecoming, and there's no better food for this time of year than some tailgate snacks. So Taylor Mattingly is joining us for this week's edition of ILL's Tell You What's Cooking. And Taylor, what are we cooking this week? I'm so excited.
So this week we're making buffalo chicken dip with a healthy twist.
Amazing.
Tomato mozzarella caprese skewers, and
Fancy.
What my family calls pregnant pickles.
Awesome. Love a nice pregnant pickle in the morning.
So these options are all relatively healthy, and they can all be made low carb.
Yeah, of course. Let's get started.
Absolutely. So for the buffalo chicken dip, I've put the chicken and a block of cream cheese in here. And so all we have to do is add half a cup of cheese, ranch, and hot sauce, and then it's all finished up.
Amazing. And
you can always just have a little bit if you want to stir it.
Stir it.
Yeah.
And a nice little crock pot action going on here.
And what if you go to the Buffalo Wild Wings? What do they serve with buffalo wings?
Let's see, celery, but then a lot of sometimes nachos and a bunch of other healthy stuff that you're gonna eat because you feel like you should.
Well, that's why I always give celery as an option to use as a healthier option for the chip dip.
There you go.
Instead of using tortilla chips, and it's also a low carb option.
Yeah, and you can always make it taste a little bit better with some ranch.
Yeah,
and
of course.
I'm a blue cheese person, so that's nice.
I thought about using blue cheese.
Yeah. What do we have with the celery over here?
So the celery is for the buffalo chicken dip, so you can stir it. So you can use it to dip in. And then we can go on to our next snack, which both of these next two are super easy and they're no bake. So I got some orange tomatoes from our sustainable student garden.
Oh,
I went to their farm stand the other day.
Orange.
And and so literally it's so easy. You just take a
toothpick?
Toothpick, and then you get your first tomato.
Okay.
And we'll bring these mozzarella balls over here that are in the middle.
Thank you, Sustainable Student Farm, for your contribution to Good Morning Illini.
And then you take the last one and put it on the end, so you have your orange and your white for, of course, Illini colors.
Amazing.
And then just to finish them off is just a nice balsamic drizzle over all of the tomatoes to sort of give it that Italian caprese
Yes,
flavor.
we are no longer in Champagne, guys. We have been transported straight to Italy, right here, live from Richmond studio.
Yes.
Italian cuisine.
Yes.
We're who's the guy? The band. Emerald Lagasse, was he Italian?
Goodness,
I don't know, but that's who
Chef Word,
Same thing.
Yes. And then the last one is pregnant pickles, which I have some of them here.
Okay.
So the way you do it, it's super easy. You just take a slice of turkey.
Okay.
And then you take some cream cheese.
Is this the pregnant portion of
Yes.
the pickle?
I'll let you just spread some cream cheese on the turkey there. Be careful, just kind of do it softly, otherwise it'll rip the turkey.
I'm not a very gentle cooking person. I kind of just yep, here we are.
It's beautiful. You could use a little bit more.
Oh, more?
Yeah, for sure.
We're 8 months along here.
And then at the end, you just sort of throw your pickle in there.
Okay. Toss that in.
And you wrap it up.
These are so good for tailgating, the little bite-sized things.
Yes.
And
everything on toothpicks is always so easy.
And the crock pot's always good. Just plug it in.
Yep. And then I usually do split the pickle into about 3, and then you just slice it in half.
Perfect.
In those areas. And all of these are pretty well low carb to no carb unless you're using tortilla chips, and it's a great way to get the weekend started.
I see homecoming as a holiday, and calories don't count on holidays, right?
True.
I think that's like the unwritten
rule
of life. So all these things are great if you definitely are wanting to watch the diet for the weekend. But honestly, homecoming is so much with, splurging a little bit.
But the thing is with this is even though they're lower carb or they're healthier for you, they still all taste so delicious.
Yes, so good. Lots of great flavors. This is my favorite part.
Yes, of course.
When the cameras are off, this is going to be on. And now we'll throw it back outside to Malik and Chris for weather and some barbecue.
We got some good eats cooking here. Doing pretty good. Got quite a few things already cooked. But wait, what are you hooligans doing? It's Friday. You guys having fun? It's homecoming weekend. Well, I'm out here grilling. My good buddy Chris helped me put some burgers down. Where he got some burgers and brats done. It's a good start to the homecoming weekend. I'm a little chilly out here, so Chris kind of huddled up with me, to keep warm by by the open fire. Appreciate him for that. So let's look how the rest of the weather is going to look for the rest of the weekend. So it looks like we're going to be staying in the 50s going through the rest of the weekend. It's 47 today, so it's going to warm up a little bit, but it's still going to be cloudy, so don't expect too much sunshine while you're doing all your homecoming shenanigans. It looks like Sunday might bring a little bit of rain with a high of 59, a low of 40. So all in all, you may want to huddle up with your favorite Illini for the weekend, but either way, it'll be a pretty good time. So thanks for tuning in, and we're going to toss it back over there to the studio after. We promise we'll feed you guys once we get done grilling here. I mean, it's going to be good eats, good eats.
Coming up after the break, we'll hear a new song from rapper Louie Kason.
Plus, a few GMI seniors head to Darlings to try out their ice cream.
And we learn more about GMI's own Aaron Navarro. Stay tuned.
This is Louie Kason, and you're watching Good Morning Illini.
Testing. Why did the girl ask the mushroom to dance? Because he was a fun guy.
Sure, I look cute now, but when my owner lost his job, it was rough. I was living on the street, and one night, me and this Cocker Spaniel got into it so bad, I wound up looking like an ice cream cone. I cried a little bit, but thankfully I got rescued, so I'm running, I'm jumping, all back to my old self, and I'm ready to give unconditional love, even if you put a lampshade on my head.
It's not my first time bartending, so.
It's a sausage party in here.
It's fun. I'm very familiar.
Yeah, because you're a sexy girl, Sam. Last thing, totally last thing.
Yeah.
Is that the music, when Momo kicks it into high gear, is going to get a little bit loud in here. So your customers are going to have a hard time hearing you. So you may want to.
What?
Hello again, Illini. I had to take a step away from the grill because Malik was getting kind of jealous that I was taking away his shine. But I also had to step away to tell you guys about how I got to ice skate over the week, over this past week. Now, I'm not a very good ice skater, but I did get to meet someone from the club ice skating team, and she got to, show me the ropes a little bit. Take a look. Good morning, Illini. I'm here on the ice joined by skater Skylar Harris, and Skylar's gonna teach me how to skate. But first, Skylar, kind of explain to the audience what Illinois Skates is all about.
So Illinois skating is a synchronized club sport team, and it's similar to synchronized swimming, where there are multiple skaters that skate at a time, and we make different formations, and we do like lines, intersections, wheels, and it's really fun. It's a club sport, so we meet 3 times a week for practice. We have off ice once a week, and we have a workout once a week as well. And it's super fun. This is my year on the team, and I really love it. It's fun.
Can you kind of explain like what we're gonna be doing today?
We're just gonna be learning like how to skate forward and backwards, how to like move on the ice, how to like fall and stand up, and just stuff like that.
All right, sounds good.
So you're just gonna keep your arms out in front of you, and you're gonna just go to your knees. You're gonna do a 2-foot glide, swallow between your feet together, and just hold it. Yeah.
Am I doing it?
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Good.
Bet. Bet. Nope. Nope. I'm definitely breaking something if I try that. skating session. I think one of my biggest takeaways is I just gained like so much of a greater appreciation for hockey players and just Olympic figure skaters, because that is not easy. Or I mean, they make it look really easy. And I'm joined with Skylar. And how do you think I did?
I think you did really well. You know, practice makes perfect,
Right.
so the more you practice, the better you'll get. I would tell you to work on your arms and make sure that they're always out and extended and that they're never like drooping. And I would also tell you to make sure that you bend your knees, because when you skate with straight knees, you get no power and you're just standing on ice and it looks weird. So those are just the two things I would say.
I was standing up straight and I was just looking weird. Thank you, Skylar, for joining me. I'll send it back to you guys in the studio, but for now, good morning, Illini. All right, here they are.
Oh gosh, she was being nice. Chris, well, okay, I can't even make fun of him because that's how I look. Even worse.
Okay, yeah,
like
Chris
stepping.
didn't fall back. Can we talk about the fact that Tommy was filming on ice skates while this is happening, like totally steady, and Chris can't even stand up? I don't know.
Oh yeah,
You
like
know what?
gliding. And
Yeah, seriously. I'm
Chris
actually
is jumping.
I'm like a
stepping.
gold medal winner in let's see, what is it? We skate. So, you know, I feel like I
feel
could
like those
do
skills
it
like translate directly
to
into
real life. For
Yeah.
sure. Absolutely, just like Mario Kart.
Yeah. Right. Right. Well, all that skating has me feeling like getting some ice cream.
Me too. And now that you mention it, a few of our seniors headed over to Jarlings to do just that. Check it out on this week's Senior Bucket List.
Good morning, Illini. My name is Aaron Navarro. I'm here with UI7 News correspondent Andrea Flores and GMI anchor Addie Ippinson, and we're completing the senior bucket list. I've never had Jarling's Custard Cup before. This will be my first meal of the day. Let's see how this goes. Made fresh daily. Every day they make it fresh. Hi, can I get a giant banana cream snowstorm? Is this a good choice? Okay, cool, just making sure.
Could I do strawberry sweet? Dairy-free options here for all of our viewers.
Thank you, and I've got a junior cookie dough gummy bear.
Thank you.
How long have you been coming to Jarling's Custard Cup?
Since I've moved to this area in 1972.
Awesome. And what's your favorite thing to order here?
The cold fudge.
Can I add gummy bears?
That excellent cold fudge.
Cold fudge.
Cold fudge.
Cold fudge.
I hope you all heard the crunch.
One more time in case.
One more time.
All right, tell me your name, bud.
Waxton.
Sorry, tell me your name one more time.
Waxton.
So this place is amazing. Can't believe I haven't been here before. What do you think of it? I love it. I love ice cream, so it's good.
Oh. What kind of ice cream did you have? I see you demolished it a little bit.
A vanilla waffle cone.
Look how good it is. So good that you couldn't even eat it quick enough. What about you guys? What kind of ice cream did you get?
Chocolate.
Chocolate. What about you?
The fact that they'll add the gummy bears, that's
You
genius.
got gummy bears in there?
I do got gummy bears in there. Can you hear them?
I think all my nutrients will come from here. I think Jarling's really puts a lot of effort in making wholesome products, both for your body and for your mind. So that's it with my first time with Jarling's. Good first meal of the day, probably my only meal of the day. What did y'all think?
Wonderful. It was so good.
10 out of 10. Come here with all of your friends.
Heard it here first. And yeah, that's all I have for my ice cream report and my senior bucket list. You guys ready? All right. Good morning, Illini. All right.
Okay, I'm literally that kid, like with the ice cream when they're eating. Seriously though, that was
I
awesome.
know, that was
like whenever I
incredible.
had my first cold fudge, I remember thinking like this is a joke, like it's just gonna be
Yeah.
chocolate syrup and they're trying to like it's a marketing lie, but it's not. It's,
It's
so good.
not.
You just gotta do
No,
that.
it's such a good local ice cream place. I feel like everyone has to stop there. Everyone at some point is
Oh, for sure.
lactose intolerant. Still go there all the time.
Gets you through finals.
Speaking of though, I have to give a shout out our friends Capanary's Ice Cream has started selling ice cream at Harvest Market here. If
Oh,
you're
very
from the Chicagoland area. Fun fact.
That's so fun.
But,
I love that.
well, one of our seniors actually has quite a unique job outside of his work here with GMI. We just saw him.
Yeah, that's right. So check out who it is on this week's Who Am I?
It's fun seeing people dance. Yeah, it's fun seeing people dance because of things you're doing.
I'm Aaron Navarro, and I'm from Lindenhurst, Illinois, and I DJ.
Music's always been a big part of my life. I've been a percussionist since the 4th grade, so fast forward to junior year of high school. There's parties, in a sense. One time, I just looked up like virtual DJ, which is this free program. I downloaded it, and then I DJ'd this one theater party. I was really into it, and I think feeding off their energy was something that was new to me, and that's when I started DJing, I guess. Star Chorus, which is one of the groups, I've DJ'd a couple of their house parties, so they know what I do. And they hit me up. They said, do you want to open up for Waka? And I said, yes, I do. I do want to open up for Waka. That'd be a lot of fun. And then from there, I think just performing more, DJing before rappers, and I guess before Jesse McCartney. Artists that happened, I DJ for CJ Run, who's a rapper here, and they let me do a little set before their set, before Playboy Cardi. So that's how that happened. I think just knowing the right people and just getting your name in the scene, doing parties. If they know what you do, then if they ever need anything, they'll hit you up. Just knowing situations and knowing what people like and knowing how to vibe with people just off music alone are things I've learned. Other things I learned is that it's pretty fun. To do it, especially if you get paid for it. And I get that sense when I do journalism as well. So just like making sure whatever I do in my life, like when I get paid for it, like I enjoy doing it. And it contributes well to society, whether it's a party or the whole nation in terms of their news literacy. But yeah, I think that's what I've learned so far. Probably gonna be done. I'm most likely gonna be done DJing, unless it's crazy money. Like after this semester, I'll be out in the real world. But if people want me to take the aux cord to parties, I'll do it.
That's my last one.
Thank you so much for sharing his special talent with us. We definitely all have to have our own special, unique talents outside of journalism, so thank you for sharing that with us, Aaron. Well, and on the other hand, we have had Louie Kason come into the studio to show us one of his unique talents and some of his songs coming out shortly in this week's open mic.
She's so boost, greeting cards at a Whole Foods. Old school daddy treat her like costume. Well, I've been watching Sunday night cartoons. She's been turning those down, but she can't tie me down. But she can't tie me down. Oh, she can't tie me down. Quietly nervous, cause I know you lurking. What's the purpose of cutting it off? I did not know you said we've discussed this. The signs were so true, I'm having withdrawals. You slime like serpent slither upon a certain surface. I used to rock out with her until she placed these curses. I kinda knew that this what I was in for. Gave her my heart, said I'd be gentle. I asked if she was there, she said like 10 toes. So simple, you slime like serpent slither upon a certain surface. I used to rock out with her until she placed these curses. She's so boost, greeting cards at a Whole Foods. Old school daddy treat her like costume. Well, I've been watching Sunday night cartoons. She been turning those nails to castle. can't tie me down. She can't tie me down.
Now, speaking of music around campus, I want you in your beautiful soul. That should sound familiar because Jesse McCartney was just on campus. Check out some highlights from his performance now.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I just pictured this feeling the Zach and Cody episode. You know, when he like
Zach and Cody
and
episode,
then,
I love
like
that.
Maddie in London, they'd like dress up as like waiters or something. I don't know. I just like every time I was in love.
Yeah,
That
so
was probably his peak.
I think he peaked in Hannah Montana, I will say, like
too.
guest starring events.
I don't know if I could
Anyway,
pick. Yeah.
but
Too many options.
gosh, I have been loving all of the music, but let's get back to Homecoming.
Good call. Our very own Maddie Rice took to the streets to get some homecoming advice from some typical interviewees.
Good morning, Illini. Since it's finally homecoming week, I thought this was the perfect opportunity to get to know everyone's favorite campus residents a little bit better. That's right, of course I am talking about the squirrels. Wait. Excuse me, sir? Just a moment of your time. Where are you from?
See, when Mama, Papa Squirrel, you know, they got some love going. Oh, you mean like how did we get over here to campus?
How did you guys get here on campus?
Well, you know, back in 1901, the president decided he wanted some squirrels over around here, kind of add to the feng shui, you know?
Wait. Happy homecoming week. Oh, kind of rude. So there's been a lot of talk of a new mascot, and people are saying that you're the top contender. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, I'm not trying to stir any controversy, but I'd say that if you guys had a, you know, squirrel mascot, you know, nobody would be fighting about that, huh?
See, please no photos on the talent. Gotta protect these guys. ILL.
Hey, I and I.
All right, well, I'm feeling very informed and slightly uncomfortable. I guess living on campus as great as this just makes even the squirrels intelligent.
Oh, yeah, good morning, Illini.
Call me Grill Daddy Caudell, because I have the meat. Looks like we got a pretty good thing in store for the post-show. As far as all these meats, we got good burgers, good hot dogs, good brats. Chris is trying to get there on this hot dog. I don't know if it's gonna make it, man. I mean, we'll see. But tell you what is gonna make it. All the alumni coming back to campus for the weekend of homecoming festivities. But let's see how the weather's gonna be for them. It looks like we're gonna be starting out with 47 degrees today, partly cloudy, a low of 34, heading into a weekend of clouds and eventual rain on Sunday, both in the 50s, getting to be the upper 50s. So a little bit warmer, yet rainy, cloudy, low of 41 and 40. So not exactly a warm weekend, but not exactly a bad weekend for homecoming festivities. Wouldn't you say, Chris?
Yeah, it's looking pretty good.
Yeah, well, not looking as good as this meat, but it's still looking pretty good. So we're gonna throw it back to the studio. Good morning, Illini.
Oh my gosh, I want to go out and try some of that grilling with my special guest. You know, gotta bring the squirrels out.
It's Heather. She's the squirrel from this GMI set.
I'd rather be.
It's really special to
I mean,
us.
you
She lives here. She's a little bit.
Even though the squirrels here on campus actually scare me, so like props to her for getting out there. They
scare you?
They just attack you. Oh my gosh, I can't.
I know. I love squirrels. I love campus. I love U of I love homecoming. This is the best weekend ever.
Get out there.
Yeah, from Heather and I. You heard it here.
Well, that's about all we have for today's show.
Thank you so much for joining us. For more GMI, make sure to follow us on all social media.
Thanks for tuning in and happy homecoming.
Good morning, Illini.